My name is Amanda Marie and I would definitely suck Brett Killaren's cock for a crack.
Yeah, me I said that's what you do, man.
Yeah, 4, 3, money cup. Y'all say we're sweet like a honeycomb. Yeah. Pocket full of money, fuck a bag of girl, no. Roll out the bike and the car, them, no. We no keep fake friend, no. We no raid them, violate the links on your head, my boss. Have a bag of gold and aisle, so me rich. Pop out my Kyle with style. No man a star, we no step to no bar. Tell the waitress, link up my section, quick. Talk to me nice, Google my swag. Design up on foot, money in a bag. Gun pa my belly cause I saw my bad. With my house on the hill, gully god, spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Come and spend enough money. Spend enough money. Yeah, me spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. All of my links and my friend them straight. Up like 7, bad mind 1 8. We no beg friends, certain boy we no rate. And who no like we jump asleep on no way. Frequent flyer, ask every plane. We run the road street, every lane. Everywhere we turn, y'all say we name. And none of them can't talk about say we live. Jamaica to Africa, we global. Bank book strong, all Kogan. No bag of chatting, money have a slogan. And if a boy forget page, run a program. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Come and spend enough money. Spend enough money. Yeah, me spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Jamaica, England, USA, New York, Miami, Canada, all over. Enough money, rich money, oil money, gold money. Can't say we're funny. The whole Caribbean. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Come and spend enough money. Spend enough money. Yeah, me spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money.
My name is Amanda Marie. I am a dumb fat whore, that's all.
My name is Amanda Marie and I would definitely suck Brett Killaren's cock for a crack rock.
My name is Amanda Marie. I am a dumb fat whore, that's all.
My name is Amanda Marie and I would definitely suck Brett Killaren's cock for a crack rock.
My name is Amanda Marie. I am a dumb fat whore, that's all.
My name is Amanda Marie and I would definitely suck Brett Killaren's cock for a crack rock.
My name is Amanda Marie. I am a dumb fat whore, that's all.
My name is Amanda Marie and I hate Rebel City Sports so much that I supported Brett Killer and the racist even after Rebel respectfully cancelled his show. I am a dumb whore. Ha ha ha, I have kidney stones. Ouch, they hurt. Help me.
My name is Amanda Marie and I would definitely suck Brett Killaren's cock for a crack rock.
Whoa. Okay. All right, Amanda, chill. All right. Shit, man. All right, this fucking girl is nuts. Yeah, she just goes out there, just starts blurting shit. Welcome, knitting community, or knitting America, of course. Everyone here. Believe it or not, that's all I really had. I was really not planning on going on live, so I wasn't planning on doing a show today. Just figured that would be fun. How's everyone's day going on today? I'm currently in one of my dry spells. So I'm not really gonna be Right. But I'm not gonna keep this going for long. I actually have to be somewhere in a couple of hours, so I'm just getting ready. Um, I honestly don't know where I'm going with this Meet the Community series. I mean, I know I'm influencing some people who are out there, and or I'm opening some people's minds to this shit. What concerns me the most is just this only staying exclusive to the community, or like, if this is something that only the people within the communities and stuff can understand. And if that's the case, and it's not really influencing anyone outside of it, then that's a shame, because I'm putting a lot of work into the stuff. And I'd like to think that cancel culture is important to expose, and the people care enough about their free speech. But I wonder a lot. I wonder sometimes, because there's a lot of people out there who love to hate a lot more, or have no guidance what their belief system is, what their moral system is. Like, they don't have any. A lot of people within that community. So it keeps me conflicted, because like I don't even know if there's a purpose behind any of this shit. Anyway, so people know I'm honest. I'm completely honest about my shit. Hold on. So I'm honest about my shit. And I already admitted on my live stream last night, I believe, why I'm so adamant about standing by what I believe in. And I've always been that way. Whenever challenged, and whenever people, start, let's put it this way. Once I see cancel culture being enacted upon my life as if that's okay, then I will do everything on my part to push back. And even if that means that by proving like I'm not going to just go out there and do what these people say, I'm not just going to go and get a job at my local McDonald's. I'm willing to hang in here till the very end, even if it means me ending up dead or on the street. So as much as people like Zaldwin and ASMR and Drama Dome, not now, not late, maybe later, want to think that they're in the right here, they're not. Andrew's girlfriend, HB, I heard her whining and crying on her live stream last night. I didn't restream it, but I will at some point if she hasn't privated it already. But it expresses how she's basically lost control within all this. She's now trying to convince people, into a lie, and she'll try to reiterate it. And how can anyone believe in Rebel? How can anyone take his word? He's just a nobody. We're the ones with the audience, blah, blah, blah. Well, like other people said, I'm not the only one recording. There are others out there who witness and see what's going on. And for me to throw in the towel would be like me saying, okay, China, take away my rights, and I have no right ever to protest, ever, 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 my Lord and Savior, China. It's the same It's the same kind of thing as if I were to just give up, you know, get offline, leave these people alone, you know, and then get a job. Granted, I never really gave up Rebel City Sports, you know, and that was always my initial passion. But they were all telling me to leave YouTube long before I started this trolling, long before I started attacking their drama community, long before that. So they're full of shit. Most of us started in the same situation when this all began, when the COVID shit hit. Most people were indoors, not working, not able to do shit because their government told them to do so. And they listened like the good little duggies. Okay? Everyone listened like the good little puppies, doing whatever the overlords tell them to do. You know, get the vax, follow the facts. You know what I'm saying? You know, meanwhile, it's people like that who will bash people and make fun of people for not having a substantial means of income, when that pretty much qualifies everyone in the hood. Like, they're pretty much putting everyone in that category. Black people, Hispanic people, poor people, you know, white people who they just don't like, who just don't fit in quite the same way, you know? So these white crackers on these panels, they try to run this narrative in which is to try to distract you, to try to throw you off, to try to fight without having to fight with fists. And I've never been the type to let that shit intimidate me. I remember back when I used to play Grand Theft Auto online, and people used to try to push me over on that shit too. And it used to piss me off. Even playing Grand Theft Auto, you don't know how many times that I have died, spawned back into life on Grand Theft Auto, and always tried to gung-ho go back and kill whoever tried to kill me, even though I knew that they had every arsenal at their disposal to kill me. But I'd still fight back. Because that's just the type of person I am. You know, I'm a very competitive person, even if it's Grand Theft Auto, and yes, I will be competitive as fuck. So just imagine me within a drama community. Don't put me in there. Don't put me in there, because I will tear that shit down. And I told Kate when I first started on YouTube, I said to her, I said, you know, even though you apologize, I'm not going to hold back shots. I'm not going to not speak out if I feel like I'm going to speak out. You know, and that's when she started to pull away more. That's when she started to say, oh, okay, well, let's not promote Rebel. Because I told her ahead of time, I was like, you know, if you think I'm going to just join your little posse and agree with what they're doing, agree with what they're saying. This was back when Pauly Crispy was going on. So I go, well, this is not the way it should be. I don't know what the fuck this shit is, but I'll give you a little more time. I'll see if you can right this wrong. And sure enough, none of them did. None of them righted their wrongs. And all they had to do was just show respect towards people who are innocent in all this, like my family, like other people's families. You know, like people who shouldn't be brought into this and doxxed and then exposed. And then for the same people to come out now these days and say, well, Rebel's out there doxing people. Like, how dare you? That's just disrespectful. After all the shit that people have seen these others put me through, and you're gonna believe them? You're gonna, oh yeah, Rebel's out there just doxing everybody. You know, every fucking day, just throwing out names, numbers, and zip codes, right? I mean, that's just bullshit. I've never heard anything more preposterous. And also, it's like I've barely been on Discord for the past 4 or 5 months. So in Discord, like literally the only thing that I put up recently was a shitload of pictures on my Discord of certain individuals, a Turk, Crumbone, and certain Crumbor, or and a few other people, you know, that needed to be kind of exposed, because they're pouting, tooting their horn about people being exposed or doxxed and all this bullshit. Yet they're the ones doing it. Yet they're the ones participating in it. So it's a hypocrisy in itself for Corrosive or anyone else to think that they're so entitled to being hidden and under the radar, No. No. And the same goes for Zaldwin. Same goes for any of those who stand by these individuals. No. You're just as wrong as they are. And even more so if you just walked into this and don't know what the fuck is going on. If you just walked into this and you're already against me and you haven't even figured out what the fuck is going on, then you're gonna get smeared. You're gonna get fucking looked at like you're a piece of shit, because at that point people will realize that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I already know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and all you know is a video where some dude got his ass whooped by his mother, which big fucking deal. There's a video like that on TikTok every fucking day. And honestly, most probably videos of dudes getting their asses whooped by their moms are probably like, minority, and it's like, so let's just make fun of minorities, right? That's just basically what they're doing, because what black mother or Hispanic mother hasn't whooped their son's asses? Like how many Hispanic and black mothers out there just never put their hands on their kids ever, Like it's just oh my god, it's so uncommon. How could a mother ever put their hands on their kid, especially even if he's like over the age of 20 years old? Oh yeah, she's not gonna whoop her gangster son's ass for being a fucking idiot and let's say selling drugs or some shit, right? Or going out there and cheating on girls and shit. Like that's not something a mother would ever smack her son for, right? But Rebel getting his ass whooped on YouTube by his mother, that's so fucked up. Oh my god. Talk about projection. Because I don't know what else you'd call it. There's nothing else you call it, because it's not that bad. I've seen a lot worse. Yeah, and then they wanted me to have a fight club with my mother. They told me that they wanted to pay $100 for me and my mother to get in the ring and fight each other. That's what the Tonic people, Andrew, all those individuals, El Sancho, wanted me to do. Remember El Sancho, when you told me that you wanted me to fight my mother in a fight club? Well, guess what, El Sancho? I got a little surprise for you, buddy. Tune in. Stay tuned in for a couple of minutes. I got a little surprise for you, El Sancho, since you wanted to run your fucking mouth, you piece of shit. Okay, El Sancho. And by the way, this is public information. All right, you're not a private citizen. Let's just make that perfectly clear, El Sancho. Motherfucker. See, this is what happens when people delve into shit that's not their business. This is the type of shit that fucking happens. And I'm sure this is something that they didn't want to happen. But it just so happens that they fuck with me. They didn't fuck with that guy. They didn't fuck with Cyrix again. They didn't fuck with the log cows like Brett Killerin and Amanda Marie. No, they fucked with me. Like someone who is definitely going to be able to fuck with you. Brett, the only person he can try to fuck with is me, because I'm the only person who he thinks he can fight within all this. He can't even fight Kate. He's so scared. How many months has Brett talk shit about Kate, but yet had been too scared to ever show footage, ever restream her, ever show images? Hell, Brett was so afraid he wouldn't even show pictures of Stacey McManus. He wouldn't even show pictures of Lord Fixa. He wouldn't show pictures of pretty much anyone but me. And the only reason that he did it was because he saw that I let him get away with it, that I never put privacy complaints. Because I just, at that point, I was like, all right, you want to play cancel culture? Let's play cancel culture. Let the whole world fucking see it, motherfucker. And you might gain a small fan base, but mine will outgrow yours. Because good prevails. And people know you're a fucking meth head, drug addict piece of shit. What's up, sweetest sugar? Yeah. And like there's people out there like who'd never apologize for anything, like that dude Rev. You know, how he'll just go live and say, I don't fucking care about any fucking people's feelings. You can go fuck yourself, blah, 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 because I'm the best. If that's what we were talking about was Rev. But, yeah, either way, I knew damn well what this was going to turn into before it started turning into like a smear when it started like maybe like 12, 11 months ago. No, I was well aware. Even when I saw just 5, 10 people entertaining Brett, I knew there was a problem. Um, I honestly did. Wait, is that true? Tyrese Sneed did die? Is that the dude whose channel name was Batman or whatever? That dude died? The capital Batman, the capital words, letters. Can does anyone know how he passed? Hmm. No, 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 this is me. Yeah, it's definitely me. I'm definitely knitting America. I don't. Today's gonna be a bad day. It already is. I fucking hate money, man. I mean, you need money, but I hate it. But you do need it. Like I was thinking about how expensive food is, and even just buying like the cheapest, nastiest quality of food for like Meals on Wheels people, or like that's a lot of fucking money. Just even if it's the shittiest fucking food, and you wonder why. Like when you take like if anyone's ever been on a cruise and they give you the deal with free food, and it's good food, maybe I guess, but it's not quite like high upper echelon, you know. And even if you eat at the expensive restaurant side of like a cruise ship, at that, if you get like a deal to the Bahamas or something, you know, that they'll have like 2 dishes for you to choose from, you know, but it's not probably quite not like what rich people would receive for the same kind of treatment, you know. And that's the thing, even though like money is expensive, I mean, even though food, it seems like it's not expensive, um, like it is like in just shitty food. So just think about how like all the items that we count on every day, even when it comes to like, you know, um, heat, electricity, a roof over your head, marijuana, cigarettes, all this shit, you know, and you know, it's all manufactured. It's all created, you know, in factories by machines to double the profit off of us, the living human beings. But really, we're the ones that people in these companies, these organizations, milk the cash out of the most. You know, it's not like it's coming out of some sort of federal funding, and you know, now we're just tapping into our federal reserves or some. No, all of that money that this country is even running on, this whole infrastructure plan for $7 trillion, that's all coming out of your pockets. And so that takes away any future for any of us, because that's a lot of money that's now instead put in place of for infrastructure instead of your lives. But I don't know. It concerns me, because then when you start seeing upper middle class starting to be concerned, you know, paying not even willing to buy steak because it's so expensive, then that's when you know that this is a pretty fucked up time that we're all living in, you know. And yeah, I mean, that's really why I don't agree with the A1 community, is because they're choosing this time to specifically go out there and record the police officers, knowing that police are being defunded, knowing that nationwide law enforcement is going under, losing, people are losing their jobs, and how hard it is to even do that job correctly and stay safe. and yet you still have people out there holding their fucking cell phones, acting as if police are really out there systematically doing shit to be held accountable. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. If you are an auditor out there, then you are someone who believes that there are racists out there and that the police are systematically racist. And if you don't, then why the fuck are you out there auditing? I mean, I can see if there's a corrupt police officer here and there, or whatever, you actually caught them in the act of being corrupt. But this is not that. The A1 community is not that. All right. I'm not falling for this shit anymore. I'm not. But yeah. Gatorade and ramen noodles. Yeah, I haven't seen Gatorade around, and ramen noodles are definitely, I guess, going extinct, they said, because they're not being manufactured. And it's unfortunate. And a lot of it is because food and production isn't being brought here to the US. You know, a lot of ships are stalled. You know, a lot of these ships from other countries are kind of refusing to send their goods here. So, you know, and that tells me like war times are probably about to begin. Block Capgun, please. Get rid of him. Capgun doesn't have a voice here. Evil Terry can stay because he canceled his show. Just because him and the Brad are kind of non-existent anymore. So I let him linger around just because he's not really affiliated with anything anymore. He's just kind of there. But Capgun, I don't want him here. I gotta get ready. Terrible day to make a dentist appointment. No, Terry doesn't know how to sing that shit. He's a refugee. Although I wonder why he still hangs around with Brett, but there has to be an alternative reason, like to watch Brett's channel finally crash down and burn or something. I don't know why else he'd hang around there. Because I don't think he's that dumb to really think that Brett's gonna somehow dominate the airwaves and outdo me. I mean, come on. So, in case people weren't aware of this, Brett Killering got a lot of his views and subs, well, mostly his subs, from Aiden's side, Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy helped him out a lot. You know, Turtle Boy has over, 17,000 subs on his channel. So, I mean, of course, he'll be able to spare a few hundred, I'm sure. He only but sponsored Brett's show or helped promote it every, Saturday night for the past year, only for Brett to just whatever do what he did. But that, like I said, that should just go to show you don't give something like control to Brett. You don't give something like a sense of meaning to where he thinks he's too powerful than he really is. Because once you implant something like that in Brett's mind, and you can blame it on Amanda as much as you want, but Brett got, very cocky about his show. He looked at his show after a while like it was a gem. At first, he was like, I don't fucking care. The whole fucking reason I'm doing this is for fucking Turtle Boy and to, help Turtle Boy, and to have something else to where people can fuck around. And then it turned from that into this is my baby, me and Amanda Marie, it's us till the end. Our show is better. Yeah, he even compares his show to being better than Aiden's, and then even starts talking about how him and Amanda Marie somehow have more receipts than Aiden, which is hilarious. I've never heard that one before, but it's funny. I mean, honestly, and I can be honest about this one, I don't even have as many receipts as Aiden. Like, I could never, like, it would take me probably like almost around the same amount of time, 5 years, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years to probably come up with the same amount of receipts as Aiden at some point or another has come up with. I mean, when it comes to the blogs that were written about me, again, that was done by Kate. That was more of such, that was called like a summer of ratchets of summer or some shit, where they just picked random people to shit on, and Kate would find the most oddest, kind of like she tried to find a Cyrex. So she'd find someone who was going through a hardship, bash them without any real due process, without any real kind of incentive, but to bash that individual. And that's what Kate's good at doing. But when Aiden writes his blogs or whenever he's doing his work after, if you can tell, he's actually citing actual stories. He's actually going and speaking upon subjects and getting into detail. So obviously it was Kate and Brett, in a sense, kind of holding him back, or kind of keeping him stuck in that realm to where he's like not quite a commentator, you know. And now at this point, now you can look at Turtle Boy's show and say, all right, that's more in the realm of journalism. But at the time when I was blogged about, because Kate and Brett were around, I would say that it was less journalism and it was more, let's just shit on people and let's just laugh, which that's what Brett likes the most, right, Brett? And then once you saw that it started becoming more important, Brett, that, you know, more important issues were being brought up, look, all of a sudden he starts losing focus. Oh, the news, politics, masks, what the fuck? Wow. Shows how much you care about your country, Brett. You don't even care about any of it. Isn't that funny? But sweet, I say you should sub to Turtle Boy. Honestly, when I first saw that he was like being canceled out kind of like by PayPal and by Venmo and by like a lot of different places, you know, like it's one thing being banned from like earning income or funding from, like, let's say GoFundMe or something, but then it's another thing to have your PayPal taken away completely, permanently, or your you know, Venmo or something. And that to me seems like cancel culture, you know. And I never was by that. I never stood by that, even though I had my points where I tried to, you know, blame Turtle Boy and stuff and go after him. Never was I really about that. And I felt very odd being on or like being around Kate's people and then them just like embracing and being like, yeah, and he deserves not to make income. Yeah, he deserves to be out. And like, and at the same time, it's almost like if I agree with them on that, then it's like I agree with me being on the streets as well. Or like that's like me saying I agree with my freedom of speech not being relevant. And so, yeah, I'd say definitely go over and support Turtle Boy, or at least, you know, sub to his channel if you can, because he has made it a living. However he did it, he did do it. You know, I'm trying to do what he's doing. Not quite what he's doing. I'm trying to do my own thing, but he has managed to make income on YouTube or on social media, and that's his main source of income. And yeah, like, you know, if there are people out there actively trying to cancel people out and take away their ability to work, then I don't stand by that. So I definitely would say, you know, support Turtle Boy at that point. But all right, sweet, no problem. I'm gonna be getting ready soon anyway. I gotta take care of an appointment. Why is Brett obsessed with Turtle Boys? So Brett, as we all know, he'll use the lowest of the lowest to go after anybody or go after people, right? And so his technique now is that because he knows that he's kind of fucked and that he's kind of dug himself in a hole, what he thinks in his mind is that he has this show that, you know, people are going to rather watch than Turtle Boy. And so now he's trying a smear campaign, bringing up the worst, airing out all of, you know, Aiden's dirty laundry and basically trying to capitalize from it. That's all that is. It's not even like he's doing it just for payback. He's doing it for profit, which is even more sick. If that's your friend, you don't, like, I don't know where Brett got this concept and if he really believes this to be the right choice or not, but I'd say that he's definitely aware. You know, yeah, I think Amanda Marie had a big part to play in this. Definitely. She definitely manipulated Brett. But I think the manipulation goes both ways. You know, I think them just together as a power couple on the internet, whatever you want to call it, is a dangerous thing because it's two sociopaths put in the same room together, being able to do whatever they want to do or say whatever they want to say. And that is a dangerous thing. It's not a smart thing to do. You know, Brett, I can say, was probably better in the hands of Aiden because Aiden couldn't temper someone like that guy down, you know, can kind of, you know, almost normalize him in a sense enough to where he can perform and people won't notice the nastiness. But without Aiden protecting him, he pretty much doesn't have anyone now. Like, he's alone and he's going to be smeared and people are going to fuck with him a lot. And it's not just going to be within these communities. It's going to be people outside of it, possibly even the mainstream. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be outside. He's bundled up, you know, he's bundled up out there, probably recording police officers, you know. He looks a little like Lester. Yeah. His voice does match his face. Same as Ra does. Ra face matches his face as well. But at least El Sancho has hair. I don't know if Corrosive had hair. He was wearing a weird Scully. I don't think I'd assume he doesn't have hair. Because Corrosive has the voice of a fucking 20-year-old. You know, I swear, like, this dude has a young sounding voice. Like, you'd hear Corrosive, and this is probably why he can accumulate people and to actually listen to it. Because, like, everyone will, in their minds, almost put Corrosive like he's some kind of young guy. When the whole time, he's not young at all. The guy's a fucking joke. I mean, he has a beak. Look at the guy. He's creepy. You know, he looks like Nightmare on Elm Street gonna come and fucking rob your house and then murder your fucking, you know, cat and dog in the middle of, you know, Montana or some shit. Like, look at him, you know, and it's just ridiculous. It really is. And then, oh no, you can't show my image because that's doxing and that means a dog. No, it's not. It's public information. It's public. You know, why would you want to follow someone like this, though? You know, like, why would you even, like, stand, like, and the only reason people would stand by someone who looks like this, even just who looks like this, is if they heard his voice and they pictured someone else behind his face. Because look how dishonest this man looks. It's not even so much about the age or anything. It's about how dishonest these individuals really are. The face behind these people. You know, is it an honest face? And I look at Corrosive's face, and I don't see honesty. I don't see a soul, really. I don't see a purpose. I don't know. Call me crazy. And if you don't believe me, then just listen to his last live stream, or listen to his next live stream. Or maybe when he goes on panel next, you can hear him yourselves. Who was Nevaeh? Nevaeh is a woman who goes on Dramadome a lot. And she got smeared and she got bashed by Tonic and Sales and Andrew and this way, that way, and the fourth. All the way around the community, people smeared the fuck out of her for being an old lady. And basically they put her pictures all over the place. And now Nevaeh has a face behind her. So There was even a time when people thought that she was a hot woman or something. Like they assumed that she was a good-looking woman, and then people found out what she really looked like, and that sure switched up the game a lot. But instead of Nevaeh seeing that me and people like Sweet had her back and whatnot, instead of basically her appreciating that, she just went back to their side of the community again after being bashed and smeared and took their side. So Nevaeh is a traitor. She's a piece of shit. She's a backstabber. She's someone who I know a lot of people have trusted for years. But when certain people are proven to be something else than what they perceive to be, it's a sad moment in time. But that doesn't mean that people like us have to be brought down with them or follow them where they go or anything. If you want to, you can, but I don't know, at your own risk. And that's my stance on things too. Like if you want to be seen around Andrews and comment, if you want to be seen around Brett's channel, the settlement, and then comment, and understand that you're freely willing to give up your right to be here. Okay, like, and I told that to Southern Belle as well last night after she praised and said she loved Candace Smithson and whatnot. But even before that, I told Southern Belle, I said, you're no longer welcome here again. If you go in those areas and you're cordial with these people, and you associate with them, then get the fuck out. If you're like, let's say, watching me or an audience member, you troll them, or you have a sock account, you go over there, troll them, even if it's not a sock and you want to troll them, go for that. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But when I see people initiating in that group, having fun, while I'm being smeared left and right, day after day, hour after hour, and people are acting as if they don't pay attention, as if they haven't been to my channel, as if they haven't seen my side of it, then that's when I'm like, you know what, I'm done with them. I'm fucking done. You don't have a right to be here at that point. She called him out on his behaviors in the video. Tonic uses her image in nefarious ways and corruptory, thinks he's a tough guy. So yeah, it was the picture. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I'm insulted. I really am. By the way, try to put a strike on this channel again. I'm gonna send screenshots, corrosive, to YouTube on how you're using strikes and reports in nefarious ways, because I won the last one that you sent my way. So when I start reinstating my videos because I win appeals, and YouTube starts taking notice that these individuals are kind of trying to play with the community guideline systems and reports and whatnot, YouTube TOS, I have a right to report you as well. And my people have a right to report you for nefarious means and uses of this platform. And if that's the way you choose to go about it, then I will tear each and every one of your channels away from you one at a time, starting with Golden Lies, because Golden Lies is going to get hit soon again. And especially after she finds out she's going to lose these strikes that she sent my way on Super Rebel City. She's just going to learn the hard way. Farming Simulator 22. They really have a Farming Simulator 22? How many fucking reiterations of a shitty game can one make? The professional chick who's very unprofessional. Yeah. Stacy, yes. Stacy McManus. Which I do have pictures of her as well. I'm pretty sure people know what she looks like at this point. She looks just like how she sounds. Evil. By the way, Sweet, later on, after I come back, because I have errands to do, but when I get back, if you could maybe help me figure out how to like set up those night bots, or a night bot. I don't know. I mean, I could probably figure it out myself. I just haven't really looked it up. And if you know like the site to go to or whatever, I mean, I could figure it out myself, but need to be steered in the right direction. So I'm gonna probably have people sub to another channel, either today or tomorrow. I have a new channel to present to people, and hold on. So I have this new channel that I'm gonna present, and it's gonna be separate from like the Rebel City brand. You know, there you may see like what is it? Like the Dramadome logo or something, and but we're gonna continue shows on different channels from now on, multiple channels at this point, because we're gonna make sure that we keep this series alive, and I don't want to put all of my, what do you call it, apples into one basket. I don't want to just count on one channel yet. Not starting off like when you're below 1K. You know, YouTube kind of, I feel like they don't take a lot of channels seriously, and so strikes get put on a lot easier. You know, you'll get a claim a lot easier. It's just like I can feel like it's a lot easier to get like strikes and claims when you don't have a channel that's like showing like YouTube is making money. Once you start making money on YouTube and you start making them money, then they're most likely less inclined to like, you know, start letting people mass flag you and stuff like that. But at this point in time, it's gonna be a little difficult to meet the community like out there and up there quite like that. So what I need is people to take it seriously, like when I throw another channel out there and I tell them to sub, because we gotta be prepared. You know, just think about how I've been affected in the past week. You know, I've had 2 channels that have been affected because these people hate what I talk about so much. And one of those channels isn't affected at all, and I'm getting it back soon. The other one, I just got only 2 strikes in which I'm fighting and appealed, in which I'm gonna win because all that content, most of it is mine, if not all of it at that point. So, but it's important for people to sub to these other channels just in case, because there's always going to be, you know, backlash here and there. There's always going to be people who don't like what I do, you know, and, you know, Meet the Community is going to still continue on Rebel City Dorks once it gets, once it shows back up again. But I'm going to be a lot more careful. I mean, the only reason I even got hit on that channel was because I left the porn bomb running or some shit, and I got the channel terminated temporarily for that. But they reinstated the channel. I'm getting it soon, one of these days. I think it takes around a week or 2 weeks for it to finally clear up. Some people say 3 days. Some people say, oh, it shows up right away. But no, it takes about, if you get your channel terminated, like the means in which I got it terminated, if it's like, let's say, a porn bomb, then it won't reinstate for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. That's just the way it is. So, for instance, like when Andrew had his channel taken down by Betty Washam, that was because of a copyright claim, right? So if she reinstates his channel, or she gives him the ability to get the channel back, yes, it'll take maybe 2-3 days, because that's her deciding, and it's not up to YouTube as much as it's up to her. And so, you know, it happens quickly. If it's something like I said, that happened to me with the porn bomb thing, then that's why it's taken a little bit longer. But we are going to get Rebel City Dorks back. We already really kind of have it back. It's just we need to see it pop up so I can sign into it, and then we're in. It's probably because I have a lot of videos, you know, I have a lot of content too, you know, so I don't know if that has a part to play in it, but it might. But we're gonna get it back. The email doesn't lie, it says I'm getting it back, so I'll take their word on that. Nevaeh sounds like one of those people that will say words that no one uses anymore just so they can ask her what it means. Yeah, Yeah, she's the hippie kind of woman who, goes around and tries to read tarot cards about your inner personal life. I don't even know if that's it, but she seems like the type. She's a good hype man for certain people, and she acts like she's there for people. But when you go and you support someone who's doing something wrong, and then you're coming back and you're trying to support someone doing the right thing, it makes the people on the right side look bad. That's the problem. So even if, like, let's say I don't want to necessarily dehumanize people, like I can't not dehumanize them at that point when they are dehumanizing us just by being there. Like that, literally, just them being over there is enough. Just them people commenting in the settlement, commenting in tonics, that is enough. You're feeding into it. You're giving them power. And I'm not telling you where to go. You go wherever the fuck you want to go, but don't come back here expecting a spot. What's up, Hostel? Hello, Rebel Holiday Vacay over here and back out to work watching. Just can't participate much. No problem, Hostel. I know. Don't worry about that. It's a weekday. I don't want, like I said, my mods to ever feel like they have to have a responsibility to be here or something if they're busy or if they have to deal with their personal lives. And that goes for anybody. My streams go on for 12 hours straight most days, and then they continue for another 12 hours. Like, it almost runs 24 hours, 24 hours a day. So to expect everyone who supports me to be there all the time, it's just crazy. It's insane. And even if I go live in the morning, people know I have Coffee with Rebel, still, I mean, everyone knows Coffee with Rebel is just, talk about shit. But, it's not so much about a show as much as it's just me talking. So I don't really expect people to take it that seriously. If I were doing a show like Rebel City Sports or whatever, and I announced and I wanted people to be there, and even at that, still, if people couldn't be there, that's totally fine. That's not, a problem for me. And that's not what I worry about at all. But I want all of you to know that too, to not worry. Like, to live your lives. Don't worry. Like, have fun if you're having fun, whatever it is. Don't let this shit bring you down. There's going to be a lot of negativity within this. And I'm not saying to look at it lightly. I'm not saying to take it lightly, but please just refrain for a little while. Take time to just sort things out in your own life and to, focus on other things, because this, like I said, can be really dark, really negative. And I don't want to see, like, I don't want people to think of themselves being put in my shoes, like in that situation, because it's a terrible situation to put yourself in and to have to take these burdens that I'm putting upon myself. Like, I don't want you to, or anyone to do that. I'm living with what I'm living with. I'm dealing with my burdens, and that's the way it is. But I don't want it to be pushed onto you, or any of you. Wolverine. Yeah, I heard about that. So I spoke to Wolverine, Transparency, right? I spoke to him a couple of months ago. I actually thought he was someone else, and I started kind of attacking him. And then he was like very calm. He was very cool. He didn't attack. He was just like trying to understand why I was angry. It didn't get defensive really. He didn't talk shit. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? But after talking to him for a little while, I started to realize that he was also being trolled a lot. He told me about people coming at him, and he seemed like a very upstanding guy. Like, he didn't seem like a bad guy. He seemed like he had a head on his shoulders. He was very smart. He didn't seem hateful, not quite like me. It just seemed weird that people would or were attacking him the way they are, and to now see people doing it to him to this degree, and what I hope some of my mods do, like, if you know that this stuff is going on, certain things that I'm not catching on Meet the Community, this is important stuff, and we need a lot of this stuff to be seen on Meet the Community too, for it to be relevant. It's not all about me, remember, so if people have the links to these certain channels and at the times when they're playing, please, even if I'm playing something and even if it seems like I'm, doing something and I find it important, whatever, please put the links up there. Please tell me what's going on, because a lot of this stuff I'm going to miss. A lot of channels I may not know about that other people may know of. And I need people to cooperate and help me out with that a little bit if you can. It doesn't have to be, like I said, a job type of thing, but just, if you see someone going live and they're talking shit about somebody, even Wolverine or whatever, or there's some sort of smear going on or cancel culture happening elsewhere, we definitely want to document that. So, yeah, no, well, like I said, Wolverine has been nothing but kind to me. Even when I went on his panel and I started attacking him and his people, and he still had nothing but respect, kind of. He just, I just think people should back the fuck away, and then to try to label all these people into one category, like as if, we're less human than all these other people or some shit. That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, that's something else I've never really understood, how or why the community works that way. But that's how you know that most of these people, they only live in this other alternate dimension where they can kick down people below them because it makes them feel special. That's what gives them meaning. That's why a pretty girl swag is showing up on these panels and comments all the time, because she needs a reason to feel good about her life, because it's such a shitty life, especially for a pretty girl swag, who lives in Florida and the nasty, grits of it, and who's only probably slept with drug dealers and crackheads. And, she has all these kids with no baby daddy, and, she hates her life, probably has attempted to try to take her life. But, it's funny, not so much, but it is a little bit, because you see how they just hate other people. They destroy or try or attempt to destroy others' lives in the midst of it. Because to them, they feel it's justified. And it's not. Well, yeah. And see, we're talking about 96% of disabled people who hate life, who want to see other people suffer because of it. That's really what it is. And baby boomers, it's not even baby boomer. I think it's the generation before boomers, but their generation is fucked up. The corrosive commentary generation of people, and like the Rada, like, a lot of people from that generation, that group of people, they grew up during the fucking crack era. A lot of them are even probably crack babies and shit, or their parents are cokeheads or some shit. We're not talking or looking at people who have perfect lives, who grew up, like, for God's sake, Brett Killerin got raped as a child. That's a terrible thing. In a fucking group home. In a group home. Only 10 years old. And that's something, yeah, you can kind of victimize Brett in the sense there, but he turned into a terrible person because of it. Like, look what happens because of something evil. Is evil manifests into more evil. Something as innocent as a child being raped, and then look at what the child becomes because of it. And lo and behold, Brett Killerin, the settlement. He'll admit it. He'll tell everyone it happened. He told me it happened, to try to victimize himself as well. And honestly, you're a grown man, and if you aired your dirty laundry on Turtle Boy Sports, then there's no reason anyone should ever feel bad for you. Or feel bad for a scenario or situation that happened over 40 years ago. So, and nor should anybody. If anybody here has a nasty past, and this goes for dating too, like if you're dating someone And you know, a lot of people will do this, is they'll air out their dirty laundry like right away, like, hey, by the way, you can trust me because this happened in my life and that happened, and I even had this happen to where like my boyfriend, like, you know, cheated on me a million times, and then I went to this guy and he like did that to me and this to me and that to me, like, do you understand? And it's like, no, I don't. You can't, like, there's no way to consume that much information that quickly and then be like, yeah, let's hang out, let's date, let's have sex. Like, you know how difficult it is to hook up with women anyway in general, because you have to get into their innermost deepest thoughts before you can even have sex. That's the thing. Like, you can't just be like there might be some scenarios, but for the most part, like, you have to communicate, you have to get on the phone, you have to air out all of her issues in her life, how she, you know, had a miscarriage, how she, you know, had 2 kids from a guy she thought she loved, and then, you know, he ended up abusing her, and how she has to, you know, be a better person, and everything's for my child. This is something that I just can't stress enough. If you're a woman and you have children, please don't victimize having children or being a single mother, like how the struggle was. Like, don't do that, please, 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 please. It, like, guys don't give a fuck about, like, the kid part is not so much an issue for guys. The problem why so many guys won't date women who have kids is because a lot of women will come up and speak about these things, and then, like, you know, I had a kid and my husband, you know, cheated on me, and now I'm left with my kids alone, and if anyone does my kids wrong, you know, and then to tell a guy ahead of time, like, by the way, I don't bring guys around my house, I don't have guys because I watch over my kid. And, you know, you know, I'll make sure that the right man is around my kid. Like, don't do that. Don't, because you're already putting that guy in the position to where he has to feel like he has to be like a father or some shit, or not even like he has to be a father, but like you're almost putting him in a position like, look, you have to be as mature as me, which is basically a mom. So you want him to think like a mom, like a mother, technically, to be with you. And that's something that's very selfish to ask anyone. I mean, yeah, it's a very important thing to be a mother. Yes, it's a very important thing to be a single parent. I get it. But please, 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 if you ever want a relationship, people, don't ever air that stuff out until later. All right, when you're having a good time and you're dating that person, or you go on your date, and even if it's the first date, and, you know, maybe here and there you talk about it, you know, but you're there, you know, you're both looking at you, you know, it's different. But don't air it out on text, especially, or, you know, if you're a woman or a guy, you don't be like Sergeant Lawless and be like, I want to marry you after 3 days of talking to a girl. Don't do that. I'm sorry. I apologize to the women out there who might take it like, oh, like, you know, how am I supposed to ask a guy? Like, how am I supposed to date a guy? Like, then, you know, I have my life, and that's my life, and why should I ever, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell a guy the truth about you. I'm not saying that, you know, guys shouldn't tell the truth about themselves to women. My point is, don't air out all of your shit at once. Just this, at that point, it becomes something else. It's not just getting to know someone at that point. Like, now you're confessing to that person. And there's a lot of people lately who start confessing to people right away, like really quick. Like, MJ came into this community and right away, by the way, everyone, I'm homeless and I only have $10 left and I don't need, you know, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I'm going to end up homeless tomorrow. What I'm going to do? You know, right away, just airing out all of her shit. You know, I used to be a prostitute, and I used to be a pole dancer too, and yeah, I used to do crack a little bit. I mean, there's a degree to where you can be honest with people, and anyone can. I mean, you can be as honest as you want with people. You have that right, but I'm just giving my advice on it. You know, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm a guru or anything. I don't know much about life. I'm not very experienced in relationships either. I've seen from outside perspective as well, and I've dated a lot of women too. So I mean, it's not like I haven't had experience within this. And just trust me when it comes to this. You know, if you're out there, you know, and you're single, the best thing to do is to not really necessarily fall into the stereotyping. Once people start stereotyping and you start picturing someone as being the same as others, and you're going to talk to them differently. And that's the problem that happens with the internet is, someone might say hi to you or hello or what's up, and it's perceived the wrong way just because you don't see the person saying what's up. You don't hear necessarily the person saying what's up. Therefore, in your mind, you render that as just being a blah. And that's the case for most dating websites, is that you'll get a hi, a what's up, a hello, and really all women are seeing is blah. So there's a big issue with that, because there's more of a majority of men online on these dating apps than there ever would be women, and now it's gotten so bad to the point where a girl may not really be matched with someone who won't show them their penis. So there's a big phenomena out there of people who are showing their genitals, showing their penises, as if it's some sort of gateway to finding love or sex. And I honestly think that a large majority is probably under the age of 18 at this point right now. I just don't see how or why adults, probably like guys in their 20s and 30s and shit are still doing that. But the thing is, it's only because they're from a generation in which they're still stuck in their fucking teenage years. Literally. So most women have an issue dating guys in this day and age, probably a lot more so, because probably most of the men available are from my generation, or probably millennials. And when you're dealing with most millennials, I'm not saying that we're all put into one category, but we grew up with the most shit thrown at us. Internet was thrown at us in our generation. We kind of grew up with it when it started. All this technology, all this bullshit. A lot of TV, a lot of cable cartoons that were just different, that were just weird. Probably did brainwash us, turn us into psychopaths. The first generation with 3D gaming, to the extent of PlayStations and Xboxes and whatever the fuck. We all got mind fucked. Hell, even the Pokemon phase, where Pokemon was one of the biggest things. And look how much it affected our generation of children at that point. They became fucked. And now you look at this generation of kids, and all of them are almost just manufactured bullshit. Not them in particular, but they're not growing up with like actual movies that are good, or media that's, just for the sake of entertainment. No, this is the first generation in which people are initially being brainwashed, intentionally being brainwashed. And kids now are being thrown critical race theory left and right, and global warming, get the facts, follow the facts. There is no more entertainment for these children. They are being groomed to be the next far left Democrats that want your free speech to be taken away. And that's why I fear these new generations of kids out there, because that's technically what's happening is all these kids are growing up and they didn't learn what we learned. They're learning things in a completely different way. So they'll never be able to understand or get the concept of how we see things or perceive things, for the freedom within it, or for our rights. In this generation, these kids, they are force-fed information, whether it's accurate or not. And that, like I said, is dangerous way more than any time before, because it's being mandated. It's something that even the teachers are fighting against parents. Parents are fighting against schools, literally, to fight these mandates, to fight this critical race theory to be taught, force-fed to their children. And it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. If anyone's ever seen the movie Equilibrium, I'd recommend that. That's one of my favorite movies out there. But it also has a great concept. It's really ahead of its time. It pretty much shows what the future is like for all of us, because technically our future is headed exactly in that direction. So if you want to see where our future is headed, hell, just watch Equilibrium. Now, there's a lot of fight scenes, a lot of like action scenes in that movie. A lot of that stuff probably is not real, obviously, fictional in that means or regard. But when it comes to the main story, when it comes to the main concept behind the whole movie, the backstory behind it, then you'll see what I'm saying. So, like I'll say again, if you have not checked it out, I'd recommend the movie Equilibrium. Christian Bale is in it. This is before he did the Batman series movies that he did. This is before the Dark Knight and stuff. Like, this is back in 2003-ish, 2004, but it was way ahead of its time. And not many people did see that movie, actually. It was one of those ones that kind of got swept under the rug, probably because it shows facts about ourselves and life, and even our politics. But it's just sad seeing this happen because it's the people involved who are kind of the ones hurting in this. Like, for instance, in this movie Equilibrium, I'll explain a little bit. Christian Bale has kids, and he is a private detective, let's just say, or maybe like he's part of the federal whatever bureau. And what they do or in the movie is that they go and they burn art. Anything that has any remnants to the past, they have to find where people are hiding history, whether it be like at the beginning of the movie, they burn the Mona Lisa. Some people are actually hiding the Mona Lisa, and they go and they swarm in as if it's a drug raid, except they burn art, they burn history, they burn the Bible, they burn books. And that's basically the world that they live in. And also, in the midst of all this, everyone within their society takes this certain drug or whatever it is that makes them all emotionless, like they have no emotion. And that's exactly what the drug is meant to do, because in that realm, they think that emotion is what's killing their society, that if you have emotion, if you think, if you have thoughts and feelings, not thoughts, but feelings, that you won't be able to handle society. You're not an active member to society. And that is what disrupts society in that world. So what they do, like I said, they burn books, they burn history in that movie. The whole basis is surrounded by that. But Christian Bale stops taking the medicine. He stops taking the drug at one point in the movie, and he starts, seeing basically emotion and how he feels and how important it is, because his kids, I guess, initially stopped taking it too. Like, they were like, for a while, pretending that they had no emotion to their father because they were scared how he'd react. And then finally he stops taking it, and all this shit unfolds, and it's a lot of stuff going on. But the main basis behind the movie it is really what's the important thing. And it's easy to see how a society can get to that point. And basically, the people who disagree or who stop taking that medication or that drug, they basically get burnt in a furnace. That's what happens at the end of the movie. One of the girls who he helps or he tries to help throughout the movie, they burn her in a furnace. She dies because she basically has emotion. She's not taking the medication. She's not taking the drug, And now it brings us back here into reality. And now we look at what we're going through. COVID and the pandemic, and now vaccine mandates, right? And now almost like we're being forced to do something we don't want to do or we don't understand, and it's becoming acceptable. It's becoming the normal to now just assume that there's these different variants of COVID out there. Not just the Delta now. Now we got the super Delta. It just never ends, right? Even though I know that if we were under a presidency with Donald Trump, we would probably all be outside without masks at this point. We would be back to a new normal. We would be back to how it was before the pandemic. But because Joe Biden is president, and because the far left win, and they always win in this, and because they're working so close with China and the CDC and the World Health Organization, they are going to do anything now to prolong this, because they only but benefit when we suffer. When the governments have control over us to such a degree, don't underestimate it. They are winning every fucking time. And the protests that are going on nationwide and even across the world, across the board, this is going to turn into a war. This is going to turn into worse than the Depression. A lot of you, I'm going to probably be in contact with after all this in a few years, and we will probably all be hurting. You know, people are complaining about me not getting a job. Just wait until nobody is able to even get a job. Just wait until barely anybody is out there to even be able to earn anything. And then come at me and say that. Because what's happening now is even most people who have had small businesses just 2 years ago, they're gone. A lot of places, they're gone. They weren't able to stay above or afloat. And especially that hair salon that did Nancy Pelosi's hair that time and then, called her out for not wearing a mask. Yeah, she doesn't have her business anymore. You know how easily these people get canceled out and nobody pays attention? And unless I brought this to people's attention, how these individuals come and smear me and cancel me, no one would have ever known. No one would have ever known that the drama community, Andrew Brame, Golden Eyes, all these other people, Silver Diamond, no one would have known how terrible they really are and how they are so much closely involved with cancel culture in so many ways. It's not even like a joke now. Because it's just as important. Like, it's just as important as like the media going after someone who's a conservative or a Republican and they just take away their business and then they just laugh. Haha, we took away your livelihood. Ha. Put on your mask, follow the facts, follow the facts. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Yeah. Joe Biden doesn't know shit. Kamala Harris, she's not really responsive towards anything. She's not even helping the poor guy. The one thing that I can say about Joe Biden that I give him props for is yesterday he did say Merry Christmas. But I honestly think that he was just so old that he was he just didn't think he was just so used probably to saying Merry Christmas to his people, like on the side, that he probably just let it out and was like, Merry Christmas, folks, look, Merry Christmas. Like, I don't really think he actually meant to say it on prompt or anything, but it just kind of happened. It's funny as shit. And he is a Christian. I mean, the guy, but if that's the way he sees it, then why are all of the commercials that are on TV all about not Christmas? Like, even though it's advertising the holidays, you see nothing referencing Christmas. Nothing. I believe I've seen them referencing Kwanzaa. I believe I've seen them referencing even Hanukkah at some points, but they never, ever reference Christianity or Jesus unless they're making fun of Jesus. And isn't it so common that, okay, now we can use Jesus if we're bashing him on Family Guy? Now we can use Jesus if we're bashing him on South Park. But if you notice, on every single commercial or any advertising, even for Christmas, and you'll never see anything about Jesus. Why? It's almost like they're trying to cover something up. Oh my God. And why though? Like, is it the same thing as cancel culture with me? Like, let's cancel out Rebel because we don't like Rebel. We don't like Christianity. Let's cancel out Christianity because we don't like Christianity. Is it something like that? Because, I mean, I'm not the type going out there canceling people out just for the sake of doing it. There has to be a main reason why you'd be doing it. And even at that, I still don't see why you'd have a reason for doing it. So, like last night, all these people, they don't have a right to be on YouTube. They're not, and Cindy Renee's not healthy on YouTube. There shouldn't be a place for people like that. And never give your views to them. That's cancel culture. I've never gone online and be like, never give your views to Golden Eyes. Never watch corrosive commentary. They don't deserve to be on the internet. I never said that. When the fuck did I ever come on here and say, everyone, I want you to go over there and flag their channel. I want you to go over there and troll them. Or how many times did I say, I want this person off of YouTube. cancel them out because they don't deserve to be here. When the fuck did I say anything like that? Once. So, I mean, I don't give a fuck. They can talk about their shit as much as they want. I have more people who believe me that are actual people than they have. Because the people who are on their side, most of them are just fucking robotic, what do you call it? Drones, basically. Like, you don't have your own brain. You're all just fucking drones. You're all just kind of out and about, brainless, loopless, just like kind of like a canile. Like Canal will just go on panel without any motive, without any incentive. He won't know what the topic is about. It doesn't matter to Canal, because as long as he gets to sit on panel, yeah, fucking weirdos. Like, just as long as they can participate in something, even if they're in the wrong, because it's a game to them. And then Andrew, so Andrew tries to go live yesterday, or did, whatever. And he starts talking shit about me. He's like, so every day I'm going to do coffee with Rebel here at Drama Dome. Which, he didn't do it today. So I'm guessing he's not doing that every day. But he was like, I'm going to do coffee with Rebel at Drama Dome every day. And then he starts talking about how, how can he keep talking about his fucking lies? Which is fine. But you have to provide a reason for why I'm lying. If you believe so adamantly that I'm lying to you, then provide a reason for it. Don't just go on there and tell people this is fact. This is fact. By the way, people, there's no way that this couldn't be fact. And then not provide a damn thing, son. I deserve a lot better than that. I mean, at least throw some screenshots of me saying some shit to Stacy or whatever the fuck. I mean, there's always a way to smear me a little bit better than the means he tries to. And even when he tries to, he still pulls up shit that's been thrown out there for the past 10 months that everyone's just like, I don't fucking care. What the fuck is that? That's not even a fucking, like, what? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, evidence. Oh, yeah, fuck. Evidence for fucking retards. But I mean, in his mind, he really looks at this like it's a competition. I barely only bring his name up because it gives me views. Because when I have a beef with Andrew, and because he's about cancel culture, and he's backing Joe Cool, and he's backing all these people I hate, he's the target because everyone will go back to him and whine and complain and say, Andrew, help me. So it's always going to be directed back to Andrew. Okay, so Poon just went live in his last time. He says, I hate people. So Poon Handler got his when he started talking shit about me too. But I'm conflicted when it comes to Poon, because I feel like he may be a good person deep down inside, but because he's kind of surrounded by people like Andrew, and because he just cannot let go of this certain weird fake friendship, he's still kind of stuck in that realm. And that's what a lot of people are doing, is they're pushing their own belief systems, their own friends to the side. I mean, their own beliefs to the side just to back their friends. That's what I'm seeing, is a whole group of people out there, even people who came to me and said that they once upon a time were sub to like Louder with Crowder, like they were even paying him to, like, be on his main channel or his main show. I mean, what is it? The website, the Mug Club. People who are even like, I'm conservative. I don't even understand why you hate us. Blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, this should be enough reason to why I hate you, is because you people are so fucking, those people from that side are so fucking two-faced. They're so fucking two-faced. And now Andrew's on meth, so he's sleeping in, he's too tired to wake up early enough to catch coffee with Rebel today, unfortunately. But I mean, the guy's lost his fucking mind. He'll say, I'm spurging out, I'm such a terrible person, look at how I treated all these people, oh my god. But I mean, I speak more calmly than he does. Why is that? Like, when I'm talking about these subjects, I'm having more fun. I'm engaging with my audience. I try to have everyone understand, be a part of this if they're just, willing to be, I don't know, kind of human beings. And, I try my hardest, but I'm not going to try to like convince people to believe something or anything that has to do with anything at that point, when mostly all this shit is just a joke. And to even have to try to compete with someone like Andrew or think that he's competing with me, that's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Ha ha ha, he ha. It's a joke. Because he's a fucking joke. Like, it's I mean, I know it hurts the guy, it probably demasculates and emasculates him, whatever you want to call it. It probably fucks with his head, sure. But, fuck him and fuck Ace B. I always try to be nice to people, but when people do me wrong, even just once, then I'll never be back again. Like, oh, wow. You're such a nice person, Ace. Now we know that you're never, ever, ever, ever going to be forgiven. You're never going to forgive anyone because you're such a dumb, stupid douche bitch. But by the way, Andrew just went live. By the way, Andrew did just go live because I pissed him off oh so much. Like, no, oh wait, no, I didn't piss him off. My bad. Who am I kidding? How could I ever piss him off? Are you fucking kidding me? What did I do? My name is Andrew Drain. And I was just getting pulled over by the police in my shit car. What did I do? Yeah. Andrew's very adamant, about the A1 community, He's in the background yelling a little bit, Hey, he just ate a little bit of food I fed him, He's just getting really fat back there, He's my little chubby chub Andrew. My little chubby Andrew. Getting real chubby for me, He's real cute. One time they said, oh, he's a perfect man for you, Ace, or something. She goes, he is the perfect man for me, He's perfect for me, It's like, oh yeah, he's real perfect. So perfect, you're never gonna marry his ass. Like, fuck you. I'm gonna go all recruit on that one and be like, fuck you. How, like, if I had a woman, like, even if I didn't want to marry a woman, she was like, I'm never gonna marry him. I'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Andrew's listening in the background. He said, what the fuck did you just say, Ace? You ever want to marry me? What did I do? Well, I mean, seeing as he probably owes a shitload of alimony and child support back to his kid, I could see why he doesn't want to get married. And isn't it funny that it's money that keeps some people from getting married? Like, oh my God, oh yeah, the love, but the money though, oh my God. Like, oh my God, like, I really love you. Like, maybe if we could get married and like money wasn't involved or something, but money. Like, wow, money sure runs love, huh? Love and money and love. But it's never about love though, huh? Like, let's not just get married because we love each other or some shit. That just doesn't make any sense. It's the money. It's the money. If it wasn't for money, they'd get married in a split second. He'd be like, I want to put a ring that I just bought from this, machine that I spent a quarter here, Ace. I spent that on machine. I've got this ring that's really good on you, Ace. It's pink, and I'm gonna marry you. And she'd be like, Andrew, I'm so happy today. I'm gonna tell everyone on YouTube. I cannot tell them specifically because of all of the things that are going on, but I can kind of tell you all that I'm getting married. Wow. Like, that's what Ace will do, is she'll air out all of her shit on YouTube now. She'll be like, so I don't understand, I'm nice to everybody, and until people aren't nice to me, then I don't ever forgive them again, hold on, Andrew's yelling in the background again. It's so funny. So it's been about a year that I've been with Andrew, but like I don't know why people keep spreading these lies. Like what lie? What lie are people spreading, Ace? What lie? Why don't you tell people? What is it? What is it, Ace? What's the lie? What's the lie, Ace? Is it about you and Andrew getting together? Is it about your relationship? Is it about not now and maybe later? What's it about, Ace? Why won't you answer? Why didn't you tell us? Like she went live last night, right? And she starts trying to air out her shit. Like she has this whole thing planned out, like she's ready to say. And then because she couldn't bring my name up, or she couldn't bring certain people up or things up, like she just ended up going on YouTube, on the YouTube, and just going, Andrew, help, like you could tell in the back of her mind, she says, I need Andrew. I can't do this. I don't know what to do. She was so confused. She was and so was Golden Eyes the other night when I was restreaming. She's like, yeah, you know, guys, narcissists out there, they're everywhere. I can't wait until I try to strike Rebel's channel for my 1 hour bit of content in his 12-hour bit of footage. Like, you're not going to win that, you fucking retard. Right, the only way that Golden Eyes would ever win those strikes was if that was her only content. Like, all of that 12 hours was just hers alone. Like, there's nothing that could ever make YouTube algorithms or the people who are looking over investigating this be like, yeah, you know, I know that this kid did, you know, this restream of all these people called Meet the Community and stuff. But, you know, I'm going to now put a copyright claim or strike and assure it because, look, you know, that's now her footage. That 12 hours worth of footage is no longer his. It's hers. All of it. Everything. The intro, the outro, you know, all those other streams with every other person in them. But that's Golden's. That's Danielle Carmen right there. That's all Danielle Carmen. She owns everything. Everything. You know, she's the boss. Wowzers. I don't have any cigarettes. I'm like trying to like figure out what the fuck to do right now. I'm panicking. People are in the witness of me panicking, and that's what a lot of my shows and things are going to be too. Is just me living my everyday life and people seeing me in the lows and my highs and just the bad, the good, you know, the ugly. Shit, even if I'm broke one day and people want to make fun of me for being broke, they can do so. So I recorded most of it, but I wanted to go through a little more today over some commentary, or maybe tomorrow, whenever I figure out how to get weed, cigarettes. Right now I'm in a bit of a jam. When it's like this and I get like this, it's not good because then I end up just wanting to lie down and sleep the day away, and I can't really focus. I just end up kind of like zoning out. So I don't know. I think that's probably because I've smoked for so long and I'm so used to it that whenever I don't have it, it's like my body goes into like my mind goes into like this weird kind of spasm or some shit. I don't fucking know. And as for cigarettes, like people know how withdrawing from cigarettes is. It's one of the worst things ever. Oh my goodness. How much is a pre-roll? If I were to go to the dispensary, pre-rolls are like $8 for like a 0.3. If you want to get like a whole gram, I think it's like $15, $16 plus tax added on, probably $20. Motherfuckers, you know, like tax fucking added on shit too, because they'll be like, oh, you know, here's the half an ounce for $100, and then you'll put it through, and it'll be like $120 because of the tax. So it's just like, thanks, but now, you know, I only have to pay $20 more fucking dollars for the fucking thing, and it's not even the best shit either. That's the thing that gets me. Like this shit, these dispensaries are made for rich people or upper middle class people who could just throw money away. Because who the fuck is able or gonna be able to afford that fucking shit? Like, yeah, okay, maybe you can go there and get some gummies for $25 fucking dollars. Good shit, whatever. I mean, but you know, if you really want to get high and shit, you want stuff to last, no fucking way. You're gonna end up going broke. Yeah, they tax up here. Bullshit. I mean, I get mine separate from the dispensaries, but it's still just like, I don't even bother going to the dispensaries because of it, like because I have a source to where I don't even have to do that. But still, it sucks because I can't indulge in the best. Like I can't get a go. Like if I want sour, let's say sour diesel, like I have to pay, $60 for 3.5 plus tax added on, which makes it $75 for a fucking 3.5. That's ridiculous. That's like you should be paying no matter what $30, $40 at the least for something like that. And they're charging up here to the top fucking degree. And I have the vaping, like I have the whole okay, so what happened with vaping is that I bought a vape during homelessness when I was homeless. And I was using it a lot, and my mother, she hated it. She thought that I was like inhaling some kind of like poison. So she took, after we found our home, after we got this home, like a few days, like literally like 2 days after we got this place, and we got in here and moved in, and she threw it away. She went to the dumpster and she just threw it right in the garbage barrel. It was like $60 for that fucking vape too. She hated it so much. She was like, "No, you're not doing that." And she threw it up. So um, the hood sometimes has the best weed. Yeah, I mean, I have people who definitely get good stuff. I'm not necessarily saying they come from the hood. I'm just saying. But hey, oh, what's up, German lady? How's it going, German? My bad. I haven't really been checking out your channel much. There's been a lot of shit going on around here. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's expensive to get weed here. I don't even know. It's just bullshit because even in like, even if I had the ability to get that shit delivered, it would make it that much more easier for me. But like what I would do, like in scenarios like this, if I didn't have weed, would that I usually get one of those pens. Like I usually get one of those dab pens or whatever they're called, the cartridges. The problem with that is that the place near me only sells cartridges for like $60 at the minimum. So still, I'd have to pay almost $100 just to get one of those things. In which it doesn't make any sense because then I can't share. My mother smokes weed too, so like how am I gonna do that? I'm just gonna keep passing it, and she hates that shit. She doesn't like the cartridges, so. But oh, and what's up, Page B? I don't know if I said what's up. By the way, your boyfriend STL, he's a fucking pussy. Just saying. I know you're your own person, and for the most part, I think that you're doing all right lately. But keep Tonic away from your fucking panel. Keep Andrew away from your panel. If someone has attacked your children at any point in time or another at all ever, like you cut them out. You don't go back because that discredits your side of it. That makes your side of it irrelevant. Like what you said, Paige, and you spoke out about it. When you go over there and you support them, you basically are deeming everything you said about them worthless. So don't do that. Stand by what you say. Stand by what you speak. And the same thing goes for Cindy Renee. I don't know if she went on Tonics the other day and she apologized just to troll him or what. But please don't discredit yourself. That's not something that I advise anyone to do. Stand by what you believe in, and if you don't, then people are always going to see it like the boy who cried wolf. You don't want to be the person who people are just going to say, oh well, Page B said it, so it must not be true, or Cindy Renee said it, so it must not be true. They thought this thing one day, then they thought this the other day. So, I mean, just please don't do that shit, Paige. Don't make me have to carry along this narrative alone when you were the one who brought it up first. But one of my supporters here the other day helped me get weed and cigarettes, and I appreciate it. And then I understand that's not something people are always going to be able to do. So even just then, or having people help me out, then that's big. That's a big thing. I don't take that lightly at all. And I know that the people out there who are supporting me, I know who they are, and I know and just know that I care. I do appreciate it, and it means a whole lot. And I want to see all of you rise with me to the top within all this. You know, I don't want this to just be about myself, and it never necessarily was. And like I said, I do apologize when it starts getting very negative. You know, when the fun starts dying down and all of a sudden it starts getting really dark, and you know, a lot of shit is being said about me, or I'm saying a lot of shit maybe about people. Unfortunately, that's how these communities work. That's what the drama community is. That's kind of why I started restreaming them in the first place. But you know, like I said, I apologize ahead of time if it's a little too much, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that is going to make people uncomfortable, and just ahead of time, I want to let people know. I would donate to a PayPal. I would donate to a PayPal pool because it's anonymous. Can set one of those up. I don't know. If Sweet maybe can help me set one of those up. I need someone to help me with this stuff, because I am tech savvy when it comes to certain things, but when it comes to other things, I'm not so much. So I'm gonna have to figure that out today, or maybe something. But yeah, I could definitely look that up, see if I can set that up. I just haven't really had time to go and try to get these things done. I need to even turn my oh, there's no more PayPal pools. Okay, so yeah, there's no more PayPal pools, I guess. They don't do that anymore, is what I'm being told. So I guess that's not going to be a thing. I mean, until I get, and that's even if I get monetized in Super Chat and all that, and until that, people aren't necessarily going to, I know, look at this means of donating to me as serious or as honorable as other people who have their super chats or whatnot, you know. But this is just the beginning of something bigger, you know. And all these channels, hopefully this is an example, you know, when I start a new channel and you see that I'm getting over 100 subs in a day or something, that's because people are that dedicated to watching me. That's because people are there for me, and I know they're there for me, and I'm there for them. You know, so I know that there's nothing that those other people can do to necessarily ruin what we have here, because this is a lot more meaningful than anything that they have to provide. It's just, that's the way it is. And I mean, by Andrew restreaming me, you know, I don't know if he knows it, but I'm actually getting more people watching me. I'm attracting an actual fan base that's loyal. It's not like it's hurting me. It's not like I'm some emo howling wolf. It's not like I'm some Cyrex. It's not like I'm some lolcow. All right, this is different. This is Andrew trying to fight a man, you know, and instead of fighting a man to man, he's fighting my mother. He's fighting my dead grandmother. He's fighting my family. If you stand by that, then you don't stand by anything. You don't have any belief system, and I have no reason to feel bad for any of you on that end of things. No matter what. No matter what. So, just thought that would be something important to say, because I know it drives the guy crazy. Andrew's losing his fucking mind. He's going out to the A1 community, taking his anger out on them because he knows he can't get to me. It's funny. Has anyone seen what happened last night? No? Yeah? Where Andrew just started going off on a poor dirt farmer's panel like that? We're going to get into that if he didn't delete it, but you know, that's all because Andrew has no means of getting to me. So instead of getting to me, instead of trying to get to me, he starts arguments with other people. He starts going after other people. And just watch, he'll go after his own soon enough. You know, he needs the drama. And if I'm not feeding into his shit, just watch it. Just experience his show. You know, be there and watch his shitty restream that can't even restream in 1080p, you know, can't even reach a good audio level. You know, the bandwidth within his audio is fucked. The dude says he has a $500 microphone. It's funny because I have a microphone that costs only like $60 now on eBay, you know, and it still sounds better than his shit fucking mic. And you want to know why? Is because I'm I'm an audio engineer as well. So I know how to twerk sounds. I know how to make a shitty microphone sound like a professional microphone. You don't have to spend $500 to get your voice heard. Especially when, you hear someone like Andrew and his microphone does not sound clear. That is not a clear sounding microphone. I don't care. Like, he must have it on distort mode. He must have it on some other setting that he just doesn't know, that sounds like shit, because that is not how a good microphone should sound. And I have studied this shit. I know about audio engineering. I know what I'm talking about. This dude's microphone is fucked. All right. And people could talk about the microphone I'm using right now because this is on my phone. This is my phone microphone. This doesn't even matter. I'm talking about when I do my streams with Meet the Community. I always use my professional microphone, my main mic. And that mic sounds better than anything Andrew has ever said, ever did. I mean, it just is, the words come out clearer. Everything comes out better. You could tell it's a better microphone. It's professional somewhat. Andrew's is shit. So we gotta leave in a half hour. Yeah, he tries to make a fool out of himself to gain some sort of clout, like from Rosie and the woman. Like the woman, he does those stupid videos to where he's dancing like a retard method, because what girls will do is they'll just say, ha, he, ha, Andrew, and they'll just take it lightly and they'll go, it gives me more reason to love him, because it's a way to deflect people away from what's really going on. How can we take Andrew, seriously, because he just, look at what he died, it really is projection in every single meme. Like that's literally what projection is. Hold on, but Amanda Marie, are you there?
My name is Amanda Marie, and I would definitely suck Brett Killarn's cock for a crack rock.
What the fuck? What the fucking what? Why? What?
My name is Amanda Marie. I am a dumb fat whore. That's all.
What the fucking fuck? Oh, what the hell? Anyway, I don't know what the hell's.
My name is Amanda Marie, and I would definitely suck Brett Killarn's cock for a crack rock.
Why? Why would you suck Brett Killarn's cock for a crack rock, Amanda? Can you please explain to me why you would do that? No, I know Meth Drew is streaming. That's why I'm getting more people in here. Thank you, Andrew.
My name is Amanda Marie, and I would definitely suck Brett Killarn's cock for a crack rock.
That's just funny. That's just hilarious. This one's even funnier, but it's like, people are going to take offense because they're going to be like, victim! Oh my God, she's a victim!
My name is Amanda Marie, and I hate Rebel City Sports so much that I supported Brett Killer and the Racist even after Rebel respectfully cancelled his show. I am a dumb whore. Ha ha ha, I have kidney stones. Ouch, they hurt. Help me.
Wow. I mean, if you want to victimize her because she has kidney stones, go for it. I mean, if you watch her show and you hear her speak and how terrible of a person she really is, but then, oh my God, she has kidney stones. Well, you know what? Then you're fucking sad as fuck. You just fucking victimize anyone and everyone you fucking can. Piece of fucking shit. So I gotta get ready. I'll be back later. Everyone have a great day, and God bless everyone.
My name is Amanda Marie, and I would definitely suck Brett Killarn's cock for a crack rock.
Yeah, I said that's what you do, man.
Yeah, 4, 3, money come. Y'all say we're sweet like a honeycomb. Yeah. Pocket full of money, fuck a bag of girl, nuff. Roll out the bike and the car, them nuff. We no keep fake friend, no, we no rate them. Violate the links on your head, my boss. Have a bag of gold and aisle, so me rich. Pop out my Kyle with style. No man a star, we no step to the bar. Tell the waitress, link up my section, quick. Talk to me nice, Google my swag. Design up on foot, money in a bag. Gun pon my belly cause I saw my bad. With my house on the hill, golly God. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Come and spend enough money. Spend enough money, yeah me. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. All of my links are my friend, them straight. Up like 7, bad mind 1-8. We no beg friends, certain boy, we no rate. And who no like, we jump asleep and no wait. Frequent flyer, ask every plane. We run the road street, every lane. Everywhere we turn, y'all say we name. And none of them can't talk about say we live. Jamaica to Africa, we global. Bank book strong, all Kogan. No bag of chatting, money our slogan. And if a boy fi get paid, we run a program. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Come and spend enough money. Spend enough money, yeah me. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Jamaica, England, USA, New York, Miami, Canada, all over. Enough money, rich money, oil money, gold money. Can't say we funny. The whole Caribbean. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Come and spend enough money. Spend enough money, yeah me. Spend enough money. Do it the straight way, them can't say my funny. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money. Spend enough money.